Very well, ladies and gentlemen. So we are back with another episode wherein we are going to talk about a strange but almost being considered Dusan Vlahovic swap deal. Of course, we're going to talk about that swap deal. We're also going to talk about Takehiro Tomiyasu, his birthday. I generally don't speak about birthdays. I just don't do that on my channel. But there's something special about this, so that's why I'm doing this. So, yep, ladies and gentlemen, this we're also going to talk about a lot of Lacazette news in this episode, and of course, Matteo Guendouzi might be coming back to the Premier League. Yes, he's back, coming back. It's a possibility. That's all I can say for now. So the first news that we have is, of course, about Takehiro Tomiyasu. So he shared this image on his Instagram, of course, with the caption "23rd birthday today. Thank you for everyone being around me." So Takehiro Tomiyasu was really happy that everyone was around him during his birthday. Fantastic. And the best part was that Mana Iwabuchi was there as well. So crazy stuff from Takehiro. Moving on, so Martin Keown on if now this is a very big question. Although this should not be, this should never be the talk of the town, or this should not even up for debates. But Martin Keown on if he would swap Arteta for Conte. Keown said, "One has won everything. One's just starting out. I'm sticking with Arteta. We lost our first three games this season. I stuck with him, and look at him now. We beat Leicester last weekend, and now we are just outside the top four." See, I'll tell you what. The reason why I'll be still, I'll not take right now. I'll not take Antonio Conte, but any day, apart from the current situation, I'll take Antonio Conte over Arteta. Man, there's no way. There's no way. But right now, I don't think so. I would take Antonio Conte over Arteta. He's building on to something, and I think if he's got the players behind him and the board, I don't think so anything can stop him from implementing what he's trying to implement. So talking about Aaron Ramsdale, Mikel Arteta says that his competitiveness on the pitch brings the crowd to a different level because of his desire to win. This is the mentality that we need. Connection brings unity and brings a different kind of vibration between fans and players, and it's very necessary. Aaron is capable of transmitting that in a natural way. At Arteta on Leno, well, of course, he says that obviously he's disappointed, and he should be disappointed because he wants to play and he's used to be playing. But at the same time, what he needs to do is raise his level, and he's going to raise Aaron's level. So everyone is performing really well. So it's all about the competition, and healthy competition is what Mikel Arteta is speaking about. And talking about reaching his 100th game mark, Mikel Arteta as an Arsenal coach. Yes, tomorrow's game, Arsenal versus Watford, will be his 100th game as an Arsenal manager. So Mikel said, "An incredible and big journey. A lot has happened not only at the football club but around the world. That obviously has had a huge impact in everything that we have lived in the last 2 years. But I'm so privileged to be here where I am, and I'm really enjoying the opportunity and the challenge that we have ahead." And again, talking about Ramsdale, he says, "One of the things I was most impressed every time I watched a game he played in was his temperament. I wanted to watch a lot of clips and moments after he was conceding a goal, making a mistake. That's one of the big reasons why we made the decision to sign him." So that's the beauty of Mikel Arteta signing Aaron Ramsdale. And talking about more stuff, well, Mikel Arteta and his brigade had a training session, and we've got some images from that. You can see Gabriel Martinelli over here waiting for a big boost. Cedric Soares, of course, and then there is Kieran Tierney. Finally, I'm so happy to see Tierney in proper training. I think he's feeling better as well. And then there is Bukayo Saka and Nuno Tavares as well. And then there is Elneny Sambi, and of course Martin Odegaard. Of course there is, and then there is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with Benjamin White. I'm going to call Benjamin White. There's no point calling him Ben White. Martinelli, or of course looks like that's Leno stretching out. Is Tierney again. Emil Smith-Rowe, Bukayo Saka, and Nuno Tavares having a laugh at something fantastic. So I think Manchester United lost to Manchester City as I speak. So if that's gonna happen, and if Arsenal beat Watford, we are fifth. Yeah, we are fifth, 3 points behind City, chasing top four. Crazy stuff. And there we go, Bernd Leno. I think that's Inaki Kanye Pavon there at the back, and Mikel Arteta talking to his defenders. There's Rob Holding. There's Takehiro Tomiyasu as well. Emil Smith Rowe, that's definitely Tierney in the background. I can see the way he stands. That's Tierney. That's Tierney for sure. And there we go. There's the troops. The troops are talking to each other and they're smiling about things. I can't name everyone there because apparently I just don't know who they are. Probably can't see them properly. Anyways, that's the thing and that's the talk. Moving on, so talking about a swap deal between Vlahovic and Arsenal. Well, according to Gianluca Di Marzio, Arsenal are working, as I already mentioned in my previous episode, that Arsenal are working to reach an agreement with Fiorentina, with Dusan Vlahovic, and they're really working hard. There's another way of getting Vlahovic to Arsenal, and it looks like it could actually prevent Arsenal from, one of the reports says that Arsenal are ready to pay 80 million euros for Vlahovic. If that's not the case, here's the thing. Now, in fact, they have come up with a plan to sign Vlahovic for less than his reported 68 million pounds asking price by including Lucas Torreira. Lucas Torreira is currently on loan at Fiorentina, so they could use him as a make weight in any deal that could happen potentially. So that is one of the ways that Arsenal can actually reduce the price tag of Vlahovic, which is actually really good. I mean, we could get for him for 50 million or probably, but I don't think so. I think Arsenal could wait for Vlahovic if they can, if they can, because on a free transfer, but that totally depends upon an agreement with Vlahovic. If not, because in January, of course, Vlahovic is open to talk to teams in Europe. So yeah. However, Lacazette is being wanted in Barcelona. Well, according to Football.London, earlier this season we came to know that Lacazette would leave. But in addition, Fichages via Team Talk have said that the 30-year-old Lacazette will reject any contract offer, meaning that Arsenal would not receive a single penny for the player as well. So, but as per Sport Fitness, Barcelona are eyeing up low-cost moves for Lacazette or Edinson Cavani to replace Sergio Aguero in January. Well, there's something wrong with Sergio Kun. Aguero is not available for obvious reasons, for his chest issues. We all know that. So it's because of that, I think Barcelona could be eyeing someone soon. So it looks like Luka Jovic is actually considering Real Madrid exit. Well, last month we all came to know that Defensa Central reported that Arsenal were interested in signing him. But a now report from the same outlet claims that Jovic is seriously considering moving on from Real Madrid, struggling for game time under Carlo Ancelotti as well. So it looks like the Serbian might leave. So that also opens up more options, striking options. Let me know. Swap deal for Vlahovic, or would you think Luka Jovic has still got it? Let me know what you guys think about it. So Ian Wright has admitted that he's jealous of Antonio Conte's move to Tottenham. Well, I would be too. Why not? Yeah, why not? I really would. But speaking on Kelly and Wright, he shows what Ian Wright had to say. He says, not saying that our manager ain't doing his stuff, but jealous and pleased for them really. He's a top draw manager. That was the reaction from Ian Wright. So yes, he was jealous that Antonio Conte has signed for Tottenham. But let's see what happens. Well, Ian Wright's son Sean Wright-Phillips believes Man City should sign Alex Lacazette in January. So here's what he had to say. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a Harry Kane or an Erling Haaland. I just think it's a natural number 9. I know how of that. I know how of that position. I know there are times when City will get behind the defense and they have a cut across the box where they could have just have a tap in, but normally everyone pulls back to the penalty spot for a cutback, whereas a striker's mentality would be to cut across the front post. Make sure you're in and around that area. I just think with City, it doesn't necessarily have to be a striker worth 150 million. It could be a striker that knows where the back of the net is, and I think there's a lot of them in the Premier League and around the world. Someone was talking to me about it the other day, and I said for me, I would sign Ollie Watkins or even Lacazette. He knows where the goal is. He knows how to bring the people into play, and I always believe that when he plays for Arsenal, their front three behind them seem to play better. There seems to be more of a link up between them. So that's what Sean Wright-Phillips believes in. But here's what another report says about Newcastle. They're interested in bringing or signing Matteo Guendouzi in the summer transfer window in a move that could see Marseille cash in on the Frenchman straight away. It's pretty weird I don't think so that could happen, but pretty weird. I mean, he just signed for Marseille, man, and probably his deal would become permanent very soon, of course. So why would he do that? Anyways, whatever Whatever is the case, let's see what happens. Let me know what you guys think about the whole swap deal, and also, do you still consider Luka Jovic as an Arsenal player ever? Like, did you ever consider, or would you consider? Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, cheers.